Barbara, the sheet. I don't know why I thought we got it. Sorry.
It's cold in here. No, thank you.
I got nowhere to watch anything. My house is like a fraternity house, right? That's the only middle one I get. I hope everybody's not listening. No, I didn't have it cut on. Thank you, everyone. Whoa, we're over-modulating here. Thank you, and welcome to the July 13th meeting of the County Commission. We're going to ask, I'll say a quick prayer, and then we'll do our pledge and get our meeting started. So if I could ask you to rise. Dear Lord, we give you praise. We give you praise during times of tribulation. We give you times during good times. Lord, bless this meeting. Bless the decisions that we make. Bless the people that we can affect in a positive way. Lord, we just ask your hand upon our city and our state and our country. And we just give you praise for all. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Dina, do we have any speakers?
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, you do. You have Mr. Jack Zimmerman to discuss item number 54,
54.
Crawford Estates.
54. Is it Zimmerman? Yes. Okay. Mr. Zimmerman, if you'll step up there to that mic and give us a chance to find 54, we would love to hear what you have to say. I don't see a 54.
See, it's after 53. Well, look at that.
I go as far as 43. I did not get a new one. 54. Let me see if this. Mr. Zimmerman, go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm trying to buy a piece of property in the same area as the subdivision. I'm trying, when I come to getting my easement stuff done, we found out we didn't have an easement that was still valid. We're getting the people that wants to do the subdivision keeps saying they're going to block the entryway, and I'm just trying to keep it from happening so I don't lose my mortgage. And we have
got three here.
Yeah, and,
Which
you're
subdivision?
speaking on the Sand Ridge Road?
yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm trying to buy 9462A Sandridge Road, which the easement passes through the middle of this subdivision where they're trying to do, and they keep saying that they're going to block the whole thing out with fencing, which is going to block me and my family from being able to have any kind of access without it being restricted, which kind of interferes with my two kids. I have one my son has osteogenesis, and two of them actually. And if they get blocked for the ambulance being able to get through without having to go for somebody to go and actually open the gate, it creates a problem for my family.
This is, I don't know the particulars. This is the first that I've been made aware that there are any issues with this particular approval on final plat. I know we had, is that you, Matthew? Come in. If you could shed some light on this, please, and address these concerns? Would you be able to do that?
Yes. Sure.
The subdivision meets all our regulations, and that's generally what we look for. We had some documents sent to us late last week that said there was an easement along one of the lots. We normally wouldn't be concerned. It doesn't really affect the subdivision regulations. In this case, we brought it to the attention of the surveyor, and he was supposed to look into it and contact the client and make sure that everything was done properly. We can hold it over if we need to make sure it's cleared up. As the regulations go, it still meets. The question is whether or not the easement is real and legitimate and needs to be shown on the plat.
Okay. Why don't we do that, just to double check that and to check out Mr. Zimmerman's concerns about access? If we could just hold that over to double check, that would be good.
If I'm reading this right, is this a county dirt road that runs beside it or a public dirt road?
There's a shared drive that runs up through the middle of it. There's a pay-as-you-go paved Sand Ridge Road that runs along the front of it.
Yeah, I see that. It makes the arch.
But the drive that is shown on the plat that goes up between lots 1 and 2 is not county maintained. It's just a shared driveway.
Okay, so his property line goes to the center of the road, obviously. And he has frontage on this county maintained county road, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he owns basically the north section of this driveway, correct? If I'm reading this right?
Based on that plat,
Yeah.
whoever owns I think it's lot 1 would own that segment.
Okay.
Mr. Ronald Crawford, he's the owner.
Okay. Mr. Crawford?
Yes, sir. The only discussion of a gate was because I have a dog and they didn't want my dog at large. So I told them I would have to put a gate up to be able to keep my dog on my property. It's the only reason there was a discussion of a fence. And the other property owner that's been there, he's already signed an easement for them to allow access to their property, which is behind ours.
Okay. I know you're not looking at this plat, but do you know which of these pieces of property you actually own?
Lot 1 would be mine, which
Okay.
is the 1.5 acre. that
So y'all have got a gate worked out?
I haven't put a gate up yet, no, sir. I haven't been able to
Okay, but
get all that done yet.
the way these private roads work, it's just, it's, as strange as it may sound, the ownership comes to the center of the road. The center of the road over time will shift and change as you're dodging potholes. I deal with a lot of them in my district. So the center may not be in those roads, and I understand the situation with your dog, and I certainly hope y'all can figure out a way of working that out. But, I mean, he's got frontage on Sand Ridge Road. And we do need to put it off because we need the commissioner that's responsible for that district to feel comfortable about it. That's just common courtesy that we show down here for one another. This road is, both of you own it, as strange as that may sound.
Well,
His-
let's hold it over and give
property
everyone
isn't
an
part of the
opportunity
subdivision.
to see what can be worked out between the parties and to make sure that everything has been handled appropriately. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else speak on this? Yes, sir. By all means. Mr. Zimmerman, right?
If he does the gate like he's saying to where it, fences in the dog on his property, that would be fine. But that's not the way they're telling us. They're saying that they're going to block it to where the whole easement is blocked. Which is fine. I mean, if he, gates his own property, I mean, we have our own property is gated as well. And yes, he's right. It's,
Right. Well, I would really encourage both of y'all to try to work the gate situation out. If that's the only thing that's y'all have got a disagreement on, that's a first. There's usually a lot more problems than that, but if y'all can get that worked out, that would be great. We will put this off. Commissioner Hudson has asked we put it off, so we'll put it off a couple of weeks. And
Matthew, anything that you can do to help facilitate working out this issue between parties, I would appreciate it. I know that everything is according to regulations as far as the county is concerned, but if you could be of assistance to them, I would appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
good gates, good fences make good neighbors. Thank you.
thank you.
Dina?
There are no other speakers, Commissioners.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, we can get started then. All right, Glenn. Thank you, Commissioner, for your keeping me straight.
Number 1, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of June 8th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Number 2, approve the list of claims.
So moved.
Second.
Number 3, approve amending the 2019 capital improvement plan to add project estimated costs as follows: $500,000 Miracle Road construction and CEI. This amendment creates project Miracle Road construction and CEI and allocates $500,000 from capital improvement plan to CIP 2019-003F and decreases CIP 2019-003 District 3 unnamed projects by $500,000.
So moved.
Second.
And for the record, this is actually the road going into the special needs ball fields that the school system and some private funding's actually building. So we've agreed to help them with basically a glorified driveway.
Number 4, adopt a resolution authorizing request of the Sheriff's Office to dispose of certain items.
So moved.
Second.
Number 5, approve application for restaurant retail liquor license of River Crew for the River Shack.
So moved.
Second.
Number 6, adopt a sole source resolution authorizing renewal of software maintenance contract with Environmental Systems Research Institute in the amount of $51,830.41 for the Revenue Commissioner's Office will be paid from reappraisal.
So moved.
Second.
Number 7, approve appointment of Donnie Brown to the Board of Trustees of the Mobile Sports Authority for a 3-year term expiring July 9, 2023, replacing Harry Satterwhite, and the reappointment of Doug Harvell for a 3-year term which expires May 11, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Number 8, approve assigning the Architect Group, Inc. for Bay Hayes building renovations, work to consist of plan development, bidding, and project administration associated with renovation and ADA upgrades for a proposed fee in the amount of $50,000.
So moved.
Second.
Number 9, approve change order number 1 with Avalon Glass for quote, protective measures. Implemented change will increase the contract in the amount of $998.78. The new contract total will be $105,453.78.
So moved.
Second.
Number 10, approve investment purchases with the county funds by the treasurer for June 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Number 11, approve purchase of 2 regional integrated camera systems through GSA contract by the Sheriff's Office to pay from HIDTA grant and drug forfeiture funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 12, approve rescinding the County Commission's action in the June 8, 2020 agenda item number 2, approving application of Share G1 LLC for transfer of the off-premise retail table wine license for Chevron Food Mart. The transfer application, which included retail beer and retail table wine, was approved in error as to the table wine license because there was no previous table wine license to be transferred.
So moved.
Second.
Number 13, approve new application of Shri G1 LLC for off-premise retail table wine license for Chevron Food Mart.
So moved.
Second.
Number 14, approve contract with United Way of South West Alabama in the amount of $50,000. Funds will be used for its COVID-19 Community Crisis Fund from District 1 funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 15, approve amending annual contract with Family Counseling Center of Mobile, Inc. to provide additional funds in the amount of $17,000. Funds will be used to purchase data management software to track the usage of nonprofit resources in the COVID-19 response and staff from District 1 funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 16, approve service agreement and access agreement with Employment Screening Services to provide background screening services for both probate court and the Licensed Commission.
So moved.
Second.
Number 17, approve amending annual contract with the History Museum of Mobile, Inc. to provide additional funds in the amount of $50,000. Funds will be used for the Clotilda exhibit from District 1 funds.
So moved.
Second.
Number 18, authorized advertisement for requests for qualifications for engineering and design of the extension of effluent force main from Balabatry wastewater treatment facility. Funding for this project is provided by the Restore Act through the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources.
So moved.
Second.
Number 19, hold a public hearing to consider the recommendation from the Small Business Relief Grant Program Committee to award grant to 6 local businesses that are experiencing financial hardship with the COVID-19 public health crisis located within the Mobile County, Alabama, for the purpose of promoting the economic and industrial development of the county in accordance with the amendment number 772 of the Constitution of Alabama.
So at this time, I'd like to call to order a public hearing meeting. Is there anyone here to speak for or against these Small Business Relief Grant Program that we have before us to vote on?
Thank you, Commission. David Rogers, Mobile Chamber of Commerce here. Here to speak for the 6 companies that are presented to you today, recommendation from the committee, the volunteer committee. So these 6 companies that represent over 15 jobs. Total in grant today is just over $21,500 total amongst all of these applications. To date, I think last week when I was here, there were some questions about what was approved kind of previously. So the previous 2 meetings, this commission has approved over 30 applications for 30 companies. Those represent over 150 jobs right here in Mobile County. The total of that was $471,644 total in grants for all those 30 companies combined with that. So that gives you a little more background for this. Again, the leadership of this commission and with the foresight to get ahead of this, to help out during this unprecedented pandemic that we've experienced, has truly saved these jobs and these companies in our community. So I can't thank you enough on the Chamber of Commerce and the voice of business for you guys. But again, thank you for your vision and your leadership to get in front of this.
Thank you. Has any of the money started being delivered yet?
Actually, the 30 companies, 29 of them have already had their funds.
Oh, great. Fantastic. That's what I like to
We're
hear.
waiting on documentation for just one other company.
Okay.
And again, thank you, David. Thank you for being here today and speaking on behalf of the business community. We're pleased to be a part of this and to be able to assist because this is, as you said, these are unprecedented times, but I especially appreciate the efforts of the committee. I know that they have spent a lot of time and effort vetting each of these companies and just want to say once again how much I appreciate the efforts on that end as well.
Absolutely. I'll pass it on. Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay, Glenn, number 20.
Number 20, approve awarding the grant funds to the following 6 businesses in the following amounts that are experiencing financial hardship with COVID-19 public health crisis within Mobile County for the purpose of promoting the economic and industrial development of the county in accordance with Amendment number 772 of the Constitution of Alabama.
So moved.
Second.
Abstain.
Number 21, approve annual service agreement with Business Systems and Consultants, Inc. for the maintenance of a microfilm scanner and reader printer for the Records Division of Probate Court.
So moved.
Second.
Number 22, authorize a letter of request to ADCNR to amend the scope and budget of the Mobile County Blueway Trail Development Grant Award to include funds for the marketing strategy. Funding for this project is provided by the Restore Act through the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resources.
So moved.
Second.
23, approve awarding contract to McNally Land Design to provide professional planning and engineering services for Mobile County Blueway Trail Development Project. Authorized proceeding with Phase 1A of planned development.
So moved.
Second.
Number 24, authorize extending the term of the subrecipient agreement with the Family Counseling Center of Mobile, Inc., doing business as Lifelines Counseling Services from July 31st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021. The original agreement was for an amount of up to $10,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide home buyer counseling through a program known as Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Mobile.
So moved.
Second.
25, authorize subrecipient agreement with Ozanon Charitable Pharmacy, Inc. for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $35,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide prescription drug assistance.
So moved.
Second.
26, authorize subrecipient agreement with the Child Advocacy Center, Inc. for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $25,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide services to child abuse victims.
So moved.
Second.
27, authorize subrecipient agreement with South Alabama Regional Planning Commission for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $10,000 of Community Block Grant funds for the Grand Bay Cell Senior Center Home Delivered Meals Program.
So moved.
Second.
28, authorize subrecipient agreement with Sims Women's Club, Inc. for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $50,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds for staff costs for the Sims Senior Center.
So moved.
Second.
29, authorize subrecipient agreement with Legal Services Alabama, Inc. for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $50,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide civil legal assistance to a homeless prevention project.
So moved.
Second.
Number 30, authorize subrecipient agreement with Penelope House Family Violence Center, Inc. for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $10,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide funds for a domestic violence victims advocacy project.
So moved.
Second.
And 31, authorize subrecipient agreement with the Family Counseling Center Mobile, Inc., doing business as Lifelines Counseling Services for the term of August 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2021, in the amount of up to $5,000 of Community Development Block Grant funds to provide services for rape victims through a program known as Rape Crisis Center.
So moved.
Second.
32, approve funding up to $11,000 for renovations to the domestic relation court payment window located in the atrium adjacent to the multipurpose room to be paid from 116 funds.
So moved.
Second.
33, approve intergovernment agreement between the City of Mobile and Mobile County for a 13 judicial court system use of the Civic Center to continue part of its operations until December 31st, 2020. Which is necessitated by the outbreak of COVID-19 and the court's efforts to conduct court activity by reducing the amount of the general public entering and exiting the judicial side of Government Plaza.
So moved.
Second. That should be 13 Judicial Circuit.
13 judicial
Circuit. Apostrophe S.
Circuit Court, right? 13th Judicial Circuit Court.
We'll make that correction. 34, approve construction right-of-way use and franchise agreement with Telepac Networks, Inc. and its affiliate doing business as C-Spire for Mobile County right-of-way.
So moved.
Commissioners, may I just make one comment? We, Kenny and I have been talking with the franchise provider. We have one thing to work out about a issue regarding relocation and how much notice they have to give to us for they working our rights of way. We almost have that worked out, but we don't. So I would ask if the commission would approve that, subject to county engineer and county attorney approval.
I'll amend my motion to reflect that based on legal review and administrative approval.
Thank you.
Second.
Number 35, approve amendment of professional service agreement with Everyday IT, Inc., also known as IT3SI, to make provision for the additional services related to the migration from the current payroll system PETS to the Central Square, and further providing for a change in the payment structure and hourly rate subject to the final legal review.
So moved.
Second.
36, approve authorized advertising for a public hearing to be held August 20, 2020 at the regularly scheduled commission conference to receive comments from the public relating to the commission providing host community acceptance of the proposed modifications to the existing permitted landfill facility for EchoSouth Services of Mobile LLC in Axis, Alabama.
So moved.
Second.
Number 37 was voted at the conference. Number 38, approved contract with Lighthouse Community Development Corporation in the amount of $4,322.23. Funds will be used to provide lighting for the community park from District 3 funds.
So moved.
Second.
39, approved lease agreement with Bishop State Community College for space in Theodore Oaks Shopping Center for the term of 3 years beginning August 1st, 2020 and ending July 31st, 2023, and authorize Commission President to execute documents necessary.
So moved.
Second.
Number 40, approve authorizing minor amendment to the 2020 action plan to reallocate $60,000 CDBG funds from the Home Emergency Repair Assistance Program, $800 to the Summer Youth Program, $800 to the Child Abuse Victims Assistance, $2,100 to the Homeless Prevention Legal Assistance, $1,200 to the Prescription Drugs Assistance, $1,300 to Domestic Violence Victim Advocacy, $1,700 to the Home Delivered Meals for Seniors, $1,000 to the Senior Services Activities, $1,100 to Rape Victim Service Provider Assistance, and $50,000 to East Elm Street Improvements.
So moved.
Second.
Number 41, adopt a resolution authorizing requests of Metro Jail to dispose of certain items from fixed assets inventory list declared as surplus.
So moved.
Second.
And 42, take the following action on bids.
So moved.
Second.
43, recommend adopting a resolution consenting to the annexation of a portion of the following public street, Ratcliffe Road, bounded by territories annexed by the city of Saraland, Alabama, pursuant to the city ordinance numbers 882, 889, 890, 891, and 1160-2.
So moved.
Second.
Number 44, recommend awarding bid for project Westlake Road North to John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc. for their low bid in the amount of $1,152,077.
So moved.
Second.
Real quick, is this the road running from Westlake?
Westlake Road up, making that connection with Johnson Road.
Okay, so it'll come all the way down to the circle.
It will go from Westlake Road northward all the way up there close to the new roundabout that we're proposing.
Okay, good,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
That's the new connection across raw land,
All right,
giving another outlet for the school system there off of Westlake Road.
that's my biggest fear, thank you.
Number 45, recommend authorizing acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds and/or easements from the following property owners for the following projects.
So moved.
Second.
46, recommend authorizing to advertise and receive bids for project Dawes Road at Jeff Hamilton Road Roundabout.
So moved.
Second.
47, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 1 with Rob Middleton Construction LLC project Pineview Avenue, South Street, and Jackson Road to decrease the contract by $9,111.60 for the modification to a cross drain. Also to increase the contract time by 10 additional working days for unforeseen road bed undercutting.
So moved.
Second.
Number 48, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 3 with H.O. Weaver and Sons, Inc. project, Paget Switch Road resurfacing for addition and deletion of pay items to modify guardrail barrier wall installation at Box Covert, decreasing the contract cost by $3,436.20.
So moved.
Second.
49, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 1 with Mobile Asphalt Company, LLC, project resurfacing for Pritchard Streets, Bell Case Road, and High Point Boulevard to increase the contract by $6 for addition and deletion of asphalt items for patching potholes.
So moved.
Second.
Number 50, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 2 in the amount of $10,000 for Sweetown Road.
So moved.
Second.
51, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 12 in the amount of $59,400 for Project McDonald Road.
So moved.
Second.
52, recommend approving right-of-way and/or easement agreement for Track 11 in the amount of $2,019 for Project McDavid Road.
So moved.
Second.
Number 53, recommend assigning contract for professional consulting services for Jeremiah A. Denton Airport to Michael Baker International, Inc., also approving the president of the county to execute the contract on behalf of the county.
So moved.
Second.
54, we're holding over the first part.
Do we need to hold over just that one and vote on the other two, or do you
Yes.
want to do? Yeah, let's vote on the last two
Okay.
in our list here, and we're going to actually hold over the one in Sand Ridge Road. Is one we're going to hold over. But let's just basically scratch it from this and vote on number 54, which will be O. Tanner Williams Road East and a Jeff Hamilton Road extension for number 54.
So moved.
Second.
55, consider waiving section 4.46 of the subdivision regulation and section 7.1 of the subdivision regulation, and approving preliminary and final plat of Darrell Watkins Estate.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
56, recommend approving to herbicide and remulch the Sims Playground. The estimated cost is $8,279.26.
So moved.
Second.
57, consider waiving section 4.21 of the subdivision regulations and section 4.46 and approving preliminary and final plat of Simmons subdivision.
So moved.
Go ahead.
Second.
And we have some add-ons. First add-on, approve renewal subscription to access the Covert track mapping products from Covert Track Group, Inc. in the amount of $2,400 for the Sheriff's Office.
So moved.
Second.
And number 2, recommend approving supplemental agreement number 5 with John G. Walton Construction Company, Inc. for project CIP 2013-040, CIP 2015-006E, and CIP 2019-002B, Mobile County Soccer Complex for the addition of 3 items, thereby increasing the contract in the approximate amount of $29,961.07.
So moved.
Second.
Number 58, commission announcements and/or comments. Ladies?
I do. I'd like to offer some words of appreciation, first of all, to our Environmental Enforcement Department, Cynthia Johnson and her team. They held a recycling event this weekend, this Saturday in District 2, braving the sweltering heat And in spite of that, they were able to collect 3,367 pounds of electronics and 34 tires. That was 67 loads altogether, so kudos to them for a job well done. It is much appreciated by the citizens in the district. They look forward to these recycling events, and they are constantly in contact with my office, and I'm sure yours as well,
I hear from you.
to find out when these events are happening. I think there's one coming up in the Fowl River area pretty soon. But anyway, thank you much to them for a job well done. Also, I would like to say another big thank you to Eddie Kerr, Tina Sanchez, Brian Kegley, and Jay Ross for all of their help and assistance in acquiring the 21 acres of property that it lies, a riverfront property at the Escatapa Hollow Park and Campground. This will be where the tubes will actually go into the water for floating along the Escatapa River once the park and campground is open. And I'll tell you, we have such a great team. For those people who are in the listening audience or tuning in, please know that the staff that we have here at the Mobile County Commission is second to none. These are the most dedicated, the most professional, the most wonderful employees in the world. And I just had to say that because I appreciate you so much, and this is just another example of the great work that you do. Thank you.
Most of you.
He was looking at you.
Sarah?
With a few exceptions.
Yeah, a couple exceptions. Sarah, you got it?
I just say ditto to Commissioner Hudson's comment about our staff. They're rock stars, and we're very fortunate to have them.
They make us look good, most of them.
Usually
If we let them,
usually we'll come up with an idea and they'll bring us the finished product. It looks like we did it from A to Z, but trust me, we did not.
That's what happens.
So
Yeah.
we appreciate that. Real quickly, everyone that's listening and watching, we do have an election tomorrow. We have spent a tremendous amount of money to make this election as safe as possible. The probate court office has done an incredible job. Our folks have done an incredible job. The state has sent us money. We've paid for things like masks and pens and gloves and spit shields and everything we can possibly do to make it as safe as we possibly can. So I encourage you to get out and vote, and vote for obviously the people that you feel most passionate to vote for, but let your voice be heard. With that said,
Amen.
that's all I've got.
Number 59, approve request for motion to adjourn until July 27, 2020.
So moved.
second.
Thank you, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.